chamber music and in more intimate setting, for instance with a string quartet, it's all about you four. And it's all about the chemistry and the communication among the four of you. And sometimes it can be so much more spontaneous that way because, you know, depending on how you feel at a given moment, things can happen, like magic. I mean, suddenly you'll do things that you didn't plan on doing before, whereas with a conductor, it's not always that way. I mean, he will often tell you what he's going to do at measure 38, and so you guys better do that there or else.
If something goes wrong, you're going to blame the conductor. 9 times out of 10 it is the conductor's fault. The beat's not clear, he didn't do in the performance what he said he was going to do in rehearsal. Yeah, he looked at you funny and it scared you and so you screwed up your solo. I mean, you know, there's all sorts of things that can happen. And because of that, because you can rest some of the burden of the performance on the shoulders of the conductor, you tend to sit back a little bit and be less personally involved sometimes.
Is C the violin-cello duet?
Yes. The negatives of playing in a conductless ensemble are the flip side of the positives, which is that you don't have a central force who can hold it together, who often will have a more thought-out vision, perhaps, of what needs to happen.
It can sort of come out of the texture.
It can be sort of chaotic to not have one person who can just decide, because you have to always sort through as many players as there are, that many visions of what needs to happen, and discussions among 20 players can disintegrate into arguments where nothing can ever be resolved, and a conductor takes care of that very handily.
And so the cellos were ahead, but we were going straight with the tempo, and yet the tempo was a little under. Do you want it to be that way?
No, the two bigger beat places were a little bit slow, I think, you're right.
In the right situations, a conductor is unquestionably the right answer. I mean, it's ludicrous to try and do an opera without a conductor, or a large Strauss symphony. There's certain works that just because of the physical and logistical nature of the piece, it doesn't work otherwise. But we're pretty selective with our repertoire. It's ambitious, but it's also within the realm of possibilities for us. And if we were to have the highest caliber of conductor, then it could very well be an equally enjoyable experience. But for now, we kind of like doing it ourselves.
You know, the way you feel this is like an extension of this, becoming awkward. So, beat-a-bum, 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 bum, 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 bum.
But the question is, they're even.
Right.
They're written as 5,
Yeah,
5,
no,
3,
no, no.
5.
This, in fact, is just this note that's incorrect.
Working with SONYC was all positive. I mean, there was not one negative thing about that experience, which is extremely rare.
It shouldn't be heavy and ponderous. It should be completely out of the way. The tremolos should be very intense.
I mean, it really takes the music making to the highest level, which is that a group of people become one organism, one kind of breathing life force, and as opposed to like somebody telling you how to breathe, how to feel.